I have Major Mohammed Ali Shah joining me on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir. Now, what we're learning is that two sides to the widening of roads and the building of wider roads under the Char Dham project in Uttarakhand. Now, on one side, sir, the Supreme Court saying that a balanced and nuanced approach is required because the environmentalists saying that the trees are being felled and that is leading to more landslides. On the other side, Chinese troops, of course, increasing their stronghold in that area, which then leaves us with no other option but to increase our road widening. Now, sir, what exactly do you think, where do you think a balance can come about in this situation?
See, one has to go midway with this. And of course, I totally agree. And being an environmentalist myself, we all love the environment. And I'm sure the BRO and the people responsible for the construction of roads also love the environment, because without the environment we cannot exist. But there are also cases like in Hyderabad, for example, there is a road which is constructed purely of plastic waste, basically. So when we use those kind of products in constructing roads, so similarly BRO, Border Roads Organization, can induct these methods as well. Secondly, when we look at it long term, that which is inevitable, a road has to be constructed and felling of trees has to be done. Then you can't really, you have to just say sorry. But then at the same time, if you'll plant, say, 4 times more the trees. But I agree, it takes a long time. It takes hundreds of years for the environment to get a balance over there. But I certainly believe that by inducting innovative methods, like people have been awarded for using biodegradable materials in road construction, that would be a very, very good idea, I feel.
Right, sir. Now, of course, tell us more about the Char Dham highway project and how will that then benefit the area in Uttarakhand?
Well, the roads would be wider. As you see, that area is very, very prone to landslides, and it is not a very easy terrain to actually go up and visit. So it will be more accessible. It will be, people will get more access, and of course, I mean, a better road. We all want good roads, be it in a city like metropolitan, or be it in a hill station, or be it in a village, or be it in a far-flung area. So it would certainly benefit everyone over there who are residing over there as such.
Right, and of course, we're also learning that the top court earlier had said that the width of the roads cannot be more than 5 meters, but then the center is then batting for 10 meters. So the wider the road, the better in terms of how much stronghold we have. And they are in fact talking about the strategic importance of the wider roads. So help us understand how we can in fact combat Chinese troop build-up in that area by increasing our development.
See, earlier what happened, previous governments, they did not really take interest on building up roads or construction at the Indo-Tibet border, or the Chinese border, you can call it, because they felt that if we have any infrastructure there, the Chinese will come over and take over, and they will end up using it. But I think that's very, very pessimistic thinking. Why, firstly, even if you build something, why should the Chinese come over and take over it? I don't understand that logic. Secondly, I think it will be the movement of our troops. Like, for example, there are bridges which have been 48 bridges were inaugurated by our defense minister just a few months back, including in Leh Ladakh and in Sikkim, for that matter, to that extent. So when you have such construction, heavy vehicles, tanks, they can move freely on this. Their movement would also not be restricted, and we can certainly we can dominate that area in a better way, so that the Chinese incursion can be avoided. And the Chinese, of course, because they keep a hawk's eye on us through satellite imagery and such things, even they would know that we are well prepared. We are keeping our vigilance on the ground totally.
Right, sir. Now, of course, your final thoughts on what exactly the center should do to maintain a balance, and talking about the environmental aspect again, to ensure that there aren't landslides which then lead to more catastrophic incidents. How should they then go about this particular expansion, ensuring that we also have our strategic stronghold, but at the same time, we are not causing damage to the surrounding areas where these roads are being built?
Very, very good question by you, actually. Very, very pertinent for these times. But also, as an environmentalist, I would also say that for the benefit of most of our viewers, that, when we wear a pair of denim, say jeans, it actually, we think we are doing a lot for conserving the nature or for looking after the environment by saving every single drop of water. But even one pair of denim costs about over 7,000 liters of water that is wasted. When we use ACs, it is, especially in Delhi in July, we are actually being hard on the environment. When we go and do an air travel and not a train travel, we are again being hard on the environment. When we use cars and not bicycles, we are again being hard on the environment. When we do not do a carpool or do not use a public transport, again we are being hard on the environment. So similarly, now what the center can do is actually also instruct BRO. I'm sure BRO has their own ways and means of actually using biodegradable method of road construction. And similarly, so the center can actually take a midway stand on that. That, okay, we will strategically plan, like for example, in Bombay, there was at the Goregaon Film City, at the RML colony, there was a big controversy about felling of trees for a metro shed to come in. And in the long term, if you see, the metro will only make up for what we had, the trees which one had cut, and furthermore. So, similarly, the center can actually take a stand and actually intervene and talk about using biodegradable stuff for their construction, for that matter.
Right. Thank you, sir, for joining us and providing your insight on this particular story.